Okay, I'm gonna be for real. If you would have asked me that in the year 2020, after 4 months of quarantine, everybody would be talking about frijoles and Walter Mercado, I would have said you're probably crazy. Well, here we are. 4 months into a quarantine, there's a pandemic going on, and everybody is talking about frijoles and everybody is talking about Walter Mercado. Now, Frijoles Gate is huge. I think Frijoles Gate is probably the biggest scandal of the past, I don't know how many years. Everybody's going crazy over Frijoles Gate. For those of you guys that don't know what the hell I'm talking about with Frijoles Gate, let me sum it up for you. Now, the president, CEO of Goya, who, if you're Hispanic, you know Goya. You know what I'm talking about? Like Goya, Don Francisco, Walter Mercado, Chancletas. That's all the stuff that we know. You're born knowing those things, okay? So he was invited to the White House. Trump was doing he was signing some Hispanic bill to help Hispanics, whatever. But he went up there and he basically praised Trump and said that this country is lucky to have a president like him or something to that effect. Now, I'm going to be honest. Hey, if you want to go to the White House, be my guest. Go to the White House, right? If you want to be there for the picture, go ahead. Go and take the picture. You know what I'm saying? You can, whoever you vote for, whatever side you're on, left, right, dude, I don't care. Do you, free country, do what you want, right? I don't have to agree with it, but hey, all for you, right? Now, when I think he messed up was when he told him to talk. Because, when you are the CEO or president, whatever, of such a big company that represents Hispanics everywhere, right? He probably had as big an opportunity as anybody to say something meaningful, to say something that, represents Hispanics and represents a good cause and the fight that the Hispanics and minorities are fighting in this country right now. And instead of doing that, you grabbed the president's cheeks, split them apart, and just one big lick. You know what? Support whoever you want to support. That's none of my business. Power to you. Free country. But one thing that I'm against, undoubtedly, 1,000%, is when a grown adult kisses ass to another grown adult. I don't think there's anything sadder than that, than having somebody who knows exactly what they're doing and they choose to kiss ass to another grown adult. It's sad. It's pathetic. I'm sorry. It's pathetic. If you want to be there, you want to be there when they signed the bill for Hispanics, go for it. If you want to be there to take the picture at the White House, go for it. It's the White House. I'm not going to lie. Doesn't matter who's in there. It's the White House. It's Washington, D.C. It's a bill. Hello? That's history. Go. But to embarrass yourself and then embarrass Hispanics and be out there and just one big clean lick of the ass, God, man, that's spineless. I'm sorry, but that's pretty sad. And we see it all the time. Like there's this congressman. Let me get his name right. K.W. Miller. He's running for Congress in Florida District 18. And he tweeted this picture. Yeah, he put this tweet of President Trump wearing a mask, and he said, and I quote, "I don't wear face masks, but POTUS is the only man who can pull it off and still look insanely masculine." Now, reading that, ladies, I'm asking the ladies. Ladies, is it less masculine for somebody to wear a mask? I don't. And apparently, this guy has a history of licking the president's butt, to put it in those terms. I don't know. I think I'm pretty. Am I feminine for not wearing a mask? Look, I'm not the most masculine man. I'm not the manliest man out there, but I don't think I'm feminine for putting on a mask. I don't know. Ladies, answer that. I don't know. Would you not date a man because he wore a mask? On the contrary, if I'm a female, I see a guy wearing his mask, doing his civil duty, right, during a pandemic, shit, I'd give him a shot. Why not, right? So, yeah, so between the frijoles and the whole kissing ass, see, this past 4 months have been insane. But one thing that has brought joy not only to me, but I think to Hispanics everywhere, has been this documentary on Walter Mercado that's on Netflix called Mucho, Mucho Amor, the legend of Walter Mercado. I loved it. I saw it from beginning to end. I couldn't turn it off. It was absolutely spectacular. Now, one thing that I found a little sus, was when he talked to his assistant, and then out of nowhere, they just brought up, no, we've never been lovers. Never. Well, I mean, no one was asking. I don't know. So I did find that a little sus to just randomly just drop it. Boom. No, we've never been lovers. That caught me a little off guard, but I absolutely loved it. And then one thing that I think caught me a little bit by surprise, and I think caught everybody by surprise, was what year he stopped being on TV. It ended up being 2006 that he stopped being on television. And I was like, wait, what? 2006. I was maybe 7 years old? But I remember him fondly. I remember everything about him. I remember thinking to myself, is that a guy or a girl? I remember asking to myself, why does my mom always tell me to shut up whenever he comes on TV? The capes, the robes, the way he used to talk, how he'd tell everybody to spread love. I remembered all that, and I was 7. And I'll be real with you, I don't remember a lot about when I was 7. I practically only remember Pokemon, Rey Mysterio maybe. There's not a lot that I remember when I was 7. So for me to see Walter Mercado on TV for such little time and then know exactly who he is whenever I saw him, I thought that was kind of crazy. But then it hit me. Why do and he talked about it in the documentary, why millennials are obsessed with him. I'm Gen X or Gen Z, but why the younger people are obsessed with Walter Mercado. I know exactly who he is, and I think it's the same reason why people are still obsessed with Celia Cruz, or why people know all the words to Michael Jackson's music. Michael Jackson's dad when I was maybe 8. I know all the lyrics to all his songs, even the bad ones. Let's be honest, there are also some bad ones. But I know the lyrics to them because I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I remember seeing Celia Cruz with her purple hair, and then her green hair, and then her yellow hair, and then her red hair. It was iconic. But I think the reason why we remember all these icons, even though they weren't with us for a long part of our lives, is because he just had that X factor. They had that X factor, that one thing you can't really put your finger on why everybody looks at them, why everybody adores them, They're talented, obviously, but they have that little something extra that turns a celebrity into a legend. I mean, it's in the title, The Legend of Walter Mercado. It's that little something. You can't quite put your finger on it. And I was looking, and I was thinking about it as I was watching the documentary. What is it? Is it the robe? Is it because I can't really make out if that's a old man or an old lady? Is it how charismatic he still is even at his old age? Is it his message of positivity and how, even till his last couple years, his message was the same. I mean, he lived through some craziness. Hello. And his message was the same. Spread love. And even when he was being attacked, for being flamboyant on TV, and people were impersonating him and asking him really intrusive and kind of gross questions that I don't think anybody would ask now. But I mean, back then when he was on TV, I guess it was just fair game. His message was the same. Spread love. Be positive. Today's your day. I think that's what makes him stand out. His just undying positivity at all times. And that was crazy. Even I don't want to spoil the documentary, but there's a point where he has he falls and he's in his bed, and it's a couple days after he has this art exhibit that's being named after his art exhibit that's about his career in Miami, and he hurt himself, so he's in bed and he's in a lot of pain. But he's as giddy as ever that he's getting to travel to Miami to go be part of this. It's that undying, that unwavering positivity that I think makes him stand out and will make him go in history. I don't think anybody will ever forget who Walter Mercado is. The same way nobody will ever forget who Celia Cruz is to Hispanics and who Michael Jackson is to just everybody. It's sad. And to be honest, shit is hitting the fan. Coronavirus, it's spiking. It's hotter than it's ever been. And I think the country is as divided as it can be, from the people that are anti-Black Lives Matter, the people that are anti-mask, the people that are just attacking one another. I think there's extremism on both sides. So we're a really divided country right now. So I think now more than ever, Walter Mercado's message of spreading mucho, mucho amor is all the more prevalent. And look at the year that he was on TV in, and look at it now. You would expect the world to be so much better, and I think we're kind of falling back. Either way, I enjoyed Mucho, Mucho Amor. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out on Netflix. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Daytime, I'm not really sure. So just follow me on Instagram at rojas.radio, and I'll probably say when I'm gonna be back on. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. Ring the bell, whatever. Catch you guys next time.